Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine with a 7-card spread. This is going to be about Lori Vallow's mother and sister. They recently made a short video where they were being asked questions about what they thought about her. So I'm going to ask the cards if they were telling the truth. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. But before we start, I'm going to say this video is not made for kids. If you're under the age of 18, please click off now. This channel is my brand. You do not have permission to copy any of my video. Also, this is for entertainment purposes only. I do claim the freedom of speech rights is what I'm trying to say. And also the copyright, which is everything's down below in the disclaimer. Okay, so let's get started. I asked the cards if they were telling the truth about what they know about Lori Vallow and the children that are missing. And the first card I drew was the Two of Swords. Okay, so in this card you see a woman sitting, could be a man, woman or man, sitting here with her back turned. If you see the water, it's not calm. Okay, it's very turbulent. And she's blindfolded. So I'm seeing that this energy here suggests that they are literally at a crossroads because they actually don't know what to think. The swords, always represent some kind of strife. Okay, so, and I'm seeing like a stalemate, but they literally don't know what to think. They don't know which way to turn as far as their thoughts are concerned. They don't know what to believe. They want to believe the best of her. They want to believe the truth about the way she used to be. But since she met, Chad, she changed drastically. So they remember her before Chad. That's the Lori that they know. That's the Lori they want to believe that she is. And that's the Lori they feel like they want her to be. But in all reality, they are literally in their mind at a crossroads because they don't know what to think. They don't know where the children are. They don't know what to think about that. And I do believe that they don't know where the children are. Okay. I do feel like all these thoughts that we have cross their mind about the children. Could she have done it? Could she not? What happened to her? All this stuff goes through their mind, but they're not going to say it in public because, of course they're not going to. That's her family, and they're not going to damage her any more than she already is. So during the interview that I watched, it was like a 4-minute interview, they, how do you say it? They just spoke highly of her, and they said, no, she would never hurt the children. No, she would never do this. According to them, the way she used to be back then, no, but they don't know her now after she met Chad and got her mind all twisted. They don't know that Lori. They just know the Lori that they once knew. So in their minds, they are conflicted. They are literally at a crossroads, don't know which way to turn, what should they think, and so on and so forth. Okay, so with that one, next we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So now with the Four of Wands in the reverse, this here, when it's in the upright position, it represents when you're too tired to fight the war or the problems or the troubles that you're having, so you take a break. So you see the soldier laying here taking a break, but the swords are above him. So that's all the things that are literally trying to kill him, stab him. This could represent anything, family, friends, whatever, that's literally want to stab him. But he's taking a break out, a truce, time out, and then there's people up here praying for him. So I feel like at first, that's why they weren't saying anything, because they were at a crossroads, didn't know what to say. So they were like this, just in stagnation, stalling, not wanting to say anything because they didn't know what to think. But now that time has passed, they're in this position, which means that they're ready to get up and fight again. So that's why now they are speaking out. They've already talked about it amongst themselves, what they're going to say, how they're going to defend her, and they're ready to fight that war. They want to say everything that they can possible to make her look good. They're talking about how she used to be, because they keep saying, no, she would never do this, she would never do that. But what they remember is how she used to be, especially the mother. The mother knows Lori as how she used to be, not how she is after she met Chad. Okay, so, and they do plan on to keep defending her. That's why they got up into this interview and decided, this is what we're going to do. We're going to defend her. We're going to talk highly of her. We're not going to condemn her for nothing because we don't really know. And that's how they're going to keep it. They're not going to say anything bad against her, even if they believe that she killed the children, or if they believe that she did wrong. They're still not going to admit it, not to the public. They may talk about it amongst themselves, but they're not going to admit it to anyone, especially in public, because they already know that she's in trouble. And you got to know that they think she could have done it, because why else would she be in jail, right? So I know that those thoughts do go through their mind, where they think, could she have done it? Could she have not done it? But they're not ever going to admit that. They're not ever going to admit that they think in that way. They're just going to always say, well, no, she's a nice person. She's a great mother. She could have never done that. And that's how they're going to continue to be in that energy. Okay. So this here, the next one, is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so in the upright, it's, depression and fear. The wands represent fear, and this also represents someone in jail. So this is Lori, Lori, and it represents them as well. They're sad and crying about her because Lori's in prison, in jail. She's not in prison yet, but she's going. She's going, most definitely going. So this is the card of depression and desperation. So they saw that she was depressed, crying like this, wanting to get out. A lot of trauma. This jail thing has caused her a lot of trauma, mentality, and stuff like that. But now it's in the reverse. Okay, so it fell in the reverse because now I see that Tammy, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm saying Tammy. Tammy, the word Tammy's coming to me. Lori is still desperate, but she's not crying as much because I kind of feel like she thinks she's going to get out. But I guarantee you, they're going to sentence her to something. I don't see that she's going to spend a lifetime in there. Unless they find the bodies of the children, then she'll spend a lifetime or possibly get the death penalty. But if not, she's going to spend some time. Okay? And I also see the family knowing this too. They're saying, well, as long as the children can be found, they can't send her to jail for murder. So, yeah. So this is why, they're not as depressed. There's still depression and tears and stuff like that, but not as much, because they're beginning to realize that as long as the children aren't found, they can't send her for a lifetime to prison, and she's not going to spend a whole lot of time there. Okay, she might spend as much as 9 years, because I see the number 9, but if they don't find the children their bodies, then there's no murder case, right? So I see all of them coming out of this depression. They're still kind of iffy about it, wondering, what's going to happen. Yeah. So here, next to it, we have the Hermit. So this is how the family is, including Lori. They're like the Hermit. The Hermit goes up on a hill. He's got his light to light the way, but he's hanging his head because he's thinking. So they're all in this mode right here. They're thinking, wondering what's going to happen. What is our next step? This is what they're thinking about. What is our next step? What should we do? And this is taking time out for inner truth. So I do see the mother, Tammy's mother, doing this. She's taking time out for inner truth and wondering, could her child have done this stuff? And she thinks to herself, I need to know the truth. I need to tell the truth, or not tell the truth, but know the truth. Can I see the truth? Can I see beyond, who she is, and maybe the truth will come out. But they're all wondering what the truth really is. This is what goes on in their minds and their heads, and yeah. So I feel like all three of them, the sister, the mother, and Lori, are in this position here, wondering, what the real truth is. Lori knows what the truth is. Okay, so here we have the Emperor in the reverse. So in the upright position, this is a judge, a king. This is a authority figure, okay, and one that can judge. And you see how his feet, one of the knees is exposed and one isn't. So this represents balance. This represents good balance. But for them, it's in the reverse, okay. So I do see that the judge, didn't give Lori her other, what do you call it, reducing the bail money, and she don't deserve it. I don't feel like she deserves it. She can't come up with her kids. It's almost going to be a year. We got June, July, August, September, 4 more months, and it'll be a year that those children are missing, okay? And she still can't produce them. She still can't say where they're at, you know? What kind of mother is that? If she was a good mother, as her family says, then she would already said, hey, my kids are safe. Quit worrying about them. You know, what mother doesn't say where her kids are or doesn't even care? You know, she went off on this Hawaii thing by herself and left her kids' stuff in the storage room. Where are the kids? You know, that's the only question that people want to know. Where are the kids? And how can you go off like that and not even think twice about your children, right? So I get mad even thinking about it. So anyway, with this Emperor in the reverse, it deals with like immaturity. So I feel like with people in power position, I kind of hear like they're dealing with immature. They're the ones that are being immature. They have a fear of losing control, losing power. I feel like they have a fear of losing power because of the judge, who the judge might be, or who is going to, you know, represent them. So I feel like they have a fear of losing power because of that. Yeah. So I feel like they all feel, especially the family, the sister and the mother, I feel like they've been put in an uncomfortable position. Like they feel like Lori put them in an uncomfortable position, but they're not going to admit that. You know, they're like, how can she do this? Now we have to stick up for her. Now we have to, you know, represent her. And now we're going to get interviews, you know. So they feel like they've been put in a very uncomfortable position. And they actually, again, they just don't know how to react to it. Okay. So now we have the death card next. Okay. So this means transformation. So this regards to all of them, transformation. So they're all going to have to transform to something different. Okay, so the family is going to have to transform to defending her, moving forward with this, trying to decide what's going to happen, because they do see an ending coming. Eventually, the end is going to come of where they're going to sentence her or let her go. So that's transformation. And they actually, on the inside, I feel like they think, you know, it's going to be a bad ending because this is the end here. This is the end. And I feel like it's a huge transformation that's not going to go so well for none of them. Okay, so this is literally what this death card means to them. The death card can mean many things in many readings. It just depends on what question is asked and what position it falls on. And this falls on after this authority being put uncomfortable, and then this is next where they feel like the ending is coming. Okay, yeah, I really see them that they're feeling this ending is going to be horrible. And they just know what's going to happen. You know, it's in their mind. It's in their mind. They know that they're going to have to make, they're going to have to accept the ending. Whatever it may be, they know they're going to have to accept it. But here we have the Hangman in the reverse. Okay, with that, I see that there's stagnation. Like one of them, it could be the mother or the sister or even Lori herself are not accepting the conditions. They don't want to let go of what is. I feel like the mother and the sister don't want to let go of the new Lori. I mean, of the old Lori, the way they once knew her. So they're stuck in the past. This is being stuck in the past. When you're not, this is enlightenment. When you're moving higher to a higher phase, but this is being stuck. So I feel like the family, since we are asking about the family, they're stuck on what Lori used to be, how Lori once was with her children, what a nice woman she probably was, which I don't think she ever was, because she's been married, 5 times, and all her husbands have come up dead, or most of them anyway. Her children are gone, and her brother's dead, and I know that they said something about him having I don't know what it was, some kind of health issue. But if you dig deeper, I bet you'll find other stuff. Anyway, back to this. So I do feel like the family, especially the mom, is stuck in those memories. She really doesn't want to accept. She knows that she has to, but she doesn't want to accept the way Lori has become now, the person who she has become now. She's still stuck in that old memory of what her daughter once was, how she once, grew up and stuff like that. So I don't see her mind, inside her mind, moving, very far. It was not going to be to the very end. To the very end, when they sentence Lori or give her punishment or whatever, then the mother will come out of that phase in her mind, and she'll have no choice but to accept the truth. She'll have no choice but accept the truth. And I feel like deep down inside, she already knows the truth. She knows the truth. She knows the truth. We all know the truth about our own children. A lot of times we don't want to accept it because we want to remember them as they were when they were growing up, or, our small, young, innocent children. But, they don't always grow up to be innocent like that. And that's how she is. She's still stuck in that memory, and she doesn't want to accept it. But she will. The time is coming, because this is a card that can be flipped back around. The time is coming where she's going to have to accept what is. And I guarantee you it's not going to be a good ending for Lori. So, yeah, this is just a quick reading about that. Please read the disclaimer down at the bottom, because I am using the copyright thing down there, and also I claim the freedom of speech rights as well. This information comes strictly from allegedly from the tarot cards, spirit guides, and my own psychic intuition. But it does not reflect my own thoughts and feelings about them. I never put those in. If I say I feel something, it's because the card is making me feel, but it's not my own personal feelings. Okay? This video is not made to discredit anybody's name or defame anybody's name or character either. This is for entertainment purposes only. Believe it, don't believe it. It's up to you. And you can enter this video at your own risk, okay? This information may be true, and it may not be true, because, like I said, it comes from the tarot cards. So up to you if you want to believe it, and if you want to watch it. Thank you for watching, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.